Welcome back already. It's time now for Game 2 of Dreamtime vs. LGD. We've just had a thrilling Game 1, and I'm looking forward to Game 2, Ben.
I had lots of dreams during that game.
Well, hopefully, that's what they live true to their name, Dreamtime, bringing the dreams to a viewer near you.
They were living the dream.
Yeah. Well, they won the game end of the day. Like I don't think it was by. I mean, they took what was given to them, which was LGD.
LGD messing up, not really ganking too many people. They weren't able to get enough kills on Ember and Potom because Ravage was on cooldown for like off cooldown for like 35 minutes of the way longer than that. No. I would say I saw like 4 Ravages.
We did not see very good Ravage usage at the end of the day.
Yeah, he did get hit a lot. I remember close to the end of the fight, like Ember like slide a fist at him and then it got disabled and he just died.
I think Dreamtime also had really good positioning with their high ground defenses. Not to say it's like something super tricky to do, but they managed to never really be in a position where it could blink Ravage on more than like one hero.
Well, it's because the LGD just messed up their positioning a lot. DD getting caught out, Rabbit going in and no one helping him out. It was just poor execution on LGDs. And Dreamtime did take advantage of the opportunities that were presented to them, which is an important factor in Dota.
All right, Game 2. We'll see if LGD can do any better, guys. We'll hop ourselves into the draft and see exactly what they have planned here. LGD first picking the Batrider. To get things going here. So it's a couple of heroes sneak through that weren't in Game 1. Batrider and Centaur being the big two.
And Shadow Shaman. I like this for LGD because they had the lead, and they had problems breaking towers and breaking the base. So although it is on Radiant side, not as strong as on Dire, it is still very good for forcing the issue at the T1s, T2s, and hopefully T3s.
Yeah. I think LGD definitely need to prioritize picking heroes that can high ground siege, because it's a clear weakness in their play. Like that was just not working out for them well at all. And,
Yell's usually really good on the blink initiators too, because his Magnus is like really good. And
his Batrider is pretty good as well.
I think Tidehunter is way easier than both of those heroes.
I think Tidehunter is more difficult in the sense that you can't just like initiate on one. Magnus you can, but
both of those you can. Are you kidding me?
No, I'm saying no. Tide is hard in the sense you can't just blink Ravage on a single hero.
Yeah, you can.
To start a fight, you think you could?
Yeah, if it's on a Potom, because if you blink Ravage on one hero, no one else is close enough to save him, and then you just straight up kill Potom. So I think it's worth it. Yeah. It's the same thing as RP. It's like whatever you use the ulti for a kill. That's
especially when you have Refresher. Like at the end there, he should have just been using blink Ravage to kill a single target. If
they just never got the jump on them. It was always like Rabbit getting just pooed on.
And that bottom tier 3 tower push when the arrow hit the Tide. As he was trying to walk on up, and like he couldn't blink, and then he got hit by an arrow. That was just a sad.
It's also because they wasted all their smokes too. If they had smokes for the pushes or the defense, I think it would be a lot easier.
I mean, they didn't purposely waste them. It was just like
it was just such low probability that they're actually going to get a gank, and even if they do get a gank, they're not doing it like right before Roshan. They're not doing it when the lanes are pushed out so they can get a T3. It just wasn't opportune timing.
Yeah, that was some of the worst smoke usage from both teams. Like Dreamtime as well did not.
It's just like it's off cooldown. Let's do it now. Yeah, it's off cooldown. Let's do it now.
Yeah. So this time around, Dreamtime get a Wisp. So I like having Wisp in the game. This will make things a bit more interesting. Does open up a lot more strategies here, and
in this split pushing and farming. Right.
Hey, look, man, you get a Wisp +1 coming to the fights here, and Tiny's still in the pool as well because you can't. I don't think LGD had any interest in picking it up for themselves.
Play Wisp? I haven't seen them.
Super plays a lot of Wisp.
Okay.
I haven't seen Dreamtime. I've only seen I think one Wisp game from them, but Super used to play it back in Rising Stars. Like this was one of the first Chinese teams to play Wisp. So, or first Chinese players, I guess, not this team specifically. So, I think they'll be pretty comfortable with this.
Ooh, a carry that's not Weaver or Life Stealer for Rabbit.
Well, this is another carry he used to play a lot of as well.
That's true. I think Gyro is a little bit more exciting.
It's also a bad pushing carry though. Like,
you're
better, kind of like, but not as good as a Luna.
He's much better for team fights than Weaver or
or
Life Stealer, which is why I think he's slightly better for base pushing. Just because when you're base pushing, you're almost always 5-on-5ing. And if you have a good 5-on-5 hero, you can just BKB and just turn around and crush everyone. Whereas Weaver, like, he had just so much trouble killing anyone close to the end just because everyone was so darn tanky and no one had any lockdown because they didn't use their ultimates.
I always like Gyro against like a Wisp +1 because you see that relocate coming in, you drop a cooldown and leave it waiting for them and just blow up. You can blow up the Wisp almost instantly in a cooldown plus Rocket Barrage. But the Batrider is also going to be key this game. Batrider is going to be the lockdown that they need on the Tiny. They've even got a Bane to go with this as well. So in theory, LG have a pretty good lineup for dealing with the Wisp plus Tiny. We'll see another puck from Dreamtime.
They do in terms of being able to see them when they relocate, but in terms of like BKB Tiny in their face,
there's a Fiend Script and Lasso.
They have Centaur ult. Centaur ult with a tiny, like, he is just gonna straight up just truck the Shadow Shaman.
Yeah. Yeah. But at Dreamtime, this Centaur with his stuns and the Puck with the Dream Coil have to be pretty perfect. Finding the Bat Rider and the Bane especially when he's trying to get that Fiend's Grip on Tiny. So.
That's true. But if they, like, let's say in a theoretical fight, Centaur AA and Puck are defending, Tiny Whisper out farming, and they lasso, like, Puck or something like that, or Centaur, one of the big main initiators, and they relocate behind, they don't really have that much left for the other two. I guess, like...
If Bane stays alive, they'll almost always save the Fiend's Grip, and this is a good hero to get. Another insta lockdown.
I like the DK.
DK. Look, they've got pushing power.
I still would like Timbersaw, because they have 3 strength heroes, but no one's going to pick Timbersaw anymore. I'm just going to stop saying that hero. Why does EO's ult not show up on here?
It's because he needs the 6 box. His 2 empty ones are his pull in and pull out for his balls. But for some reason he doesn't have a 6 square. I don't know. Wisp is a sad fella. This LG lineup's just good. Because they can actually siege towers. Like you've got DK, Ultimate, you've got Shadow Shaman. For the most part, it's pretty reliable pushing power.
I think they realized that was a lot of their issue last game, was being able to siege towers without putting Rabbit in tremendous amounts of danger.
Yeah. It looks like so far everything going smoothly. LGD, they're back to their old tricks. Wasting smokes.
Was Rabbit with boots first?
What's the smoke going to do here? They may get some offensive wards down. They'd love to find a first blood, and Dreamy is coming their way.
Who gets boots first? I guess it's Jericho. Oh.
This is what Envy does. Oh, they're not going to get the Nightmare. Firefly going to give some vision. Oh, that Firefly vision. Nicely played. This could be a kill on Dreamy. Boots, Rocket Barrage. Dreamy, no way out for you, sir. DK, what the? That kill secure. He's like, guys, this is my bottle. I kind of prefer it on him than Rabbit. I mean, Rabbit can get maybe a fast phase.
I think it's better for Rabbit, because Rabbit has freaking boots of speed.
This is what Envy does. Like, Envy goes boots first on Luna, he goes boots first on Gyro.
On off, is it safe lane or
safe lane? Safe lane carries, he goes boots first.
I guess it depends on who it is against.
It's kind of just like you rushing the phase boots anyways. I think the phase boots is, well, not so much on Luna,
but... It's alright.
He's against Centaur, so they've both got bootsy. They're fighting over the rune, and Centaur says, you can have it, I won't fight you.
You know, I played 2 games with EE today. And he was solo Medusa.
Were you on his team or against him?
One time I was against him, one time I was on his team, and he's just like completely fed. I don't even know what was going on. So I don't know.
That's such an EE thing. Like one game he feeds uncontrollably, the next game it's like it's brilliant or just who knows.
I didn't report him. I save all my reports for Dodgers.
I agree with that sentiment. Dodgers, or for the small time I was using it for the Vengeful Spirit people who were crashing games.
Oh, I didn't play. I don't think when that bug was around.
I played one game and I was like, okay. When I played one game after I figured it out, and then I was like, okay, it was a captain turn. So I'm like, okay, surely, if VS is in the, it was a captain's draft. If VS is in the pool that banned it out, neither captain banned it out, and it was just the worst thing ever. Luckily, the VS didn't figure out how to suicide to Roshan or anything, or just had some honor. But that bug's now gone. So hooray! 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 Hooray!
Potentially.
Yeah, giving the thumbs up to producer. We're good for now, guys. Hopefully everything stays smooth and lag-free on the stream. We do have a backup plan if stuff goes sketchy once again. But game 2, LG losing game 1. We'll introduce the lanes, the rosters for the 2 teams since we haven't done so just yet. LGD going to see Yao in the offlane on the Bat Rider. We've got solo mid, which is Miraka Sama.
In July, harassing DDC a little bit.
He's just level 1, so going to help him. He gets shackled. There's a Nightmare here, so they can actually kite him around even further. They use the Nightmare, another Shackles in 10 seconds. So like,
they can do it. They can do this.
He's got boots, though.
Oh.
Not quite.
If DD were positioned right next to him instead of predicting that he'd go up, I think that they would have gotten the kill. So it was still really close.
I think he needed 2 more right clicks, and that also he hasn't got South Shield, yeah. Or 350 on the Centaur.
Yeah, you could have gotten 2 if you're a melee range. Wasn't close. Bane has really sick animation.
Definitely in +1. I don't know about... Yeah, +2 would have been close. Mid lane, though. We'll finish introduce down 2 teams. Lin playing the solo mid Dragon. The trial lane's going to be DDC on Shadow Shaman, DD on the Bane, and then the farming Jericho being played by Zhao. 2G. For the Dire side, it's going to be Ancient Apparition being played by Dreamy. At the top lane, we've got Air on the Puck. It's going to be Super playing one of his signature heroes in the Wisp. XDD on the carry Tiny, and then finally Centaur War Runner being played by In July in the offlane. Wisp Tiny mid. Do you think it was a good idea to send these 2 heroes mid?
As opposed to Puck and try safe. I think it's good for them because Puck doesn't match up very well versus DK. Yeah, sure, you can dodge the breathe fires, but you're not going to be able to pressure him that much, and he just has a really hard time. Puck has a really hard time dealing with the level 6 because if you get stunned out, you're going to die to any +1, and he also can't really defend against the push that well. He can spam orbs, but DK just shrugs it off for the most part.
Yeah, I think DK, I agree, does really well against the Puck. So as things stand, DT giving up the first blood early on, and DK has. The other thing is DK had the first blood, so right up from the bat, DK had boot bottle, 200 gold, got very fast boots bottle. So I think Puck going mid against DK with first blood would have been an absolute nightmare for the Puck. And LGD.
Yao's still getting good XP in the offlane though.
Yeah, and Centaur's got 0 XP. He's well, he's got 92, but he's still level 1. Yao's got good levels. He can also later on rotate back in the jungle, start killing off some neutral stacks. So he's got options available to him, as he does have to be a bit careful here at the top lane. He's getting very far back to his tower. He'll just fly all the way back to safety.
But he did creep pull, so already denying them a couple of creeps.
Yep. Alright, well. Oh, it denies him a couple, but then they'll get a couple extra with the neutrals.
Yao actually gonna get this rune.
Well, DK is looking for the rune top. So LGD have camped both runes, and it's going to be a DD rune in the top lane.
Double damage.
Dragon Knight grabs it and back towards mid. So Tiny with 25 CS, but DK 12 for him. He's bottle crawling. Already picks up an early bracer. The early bracer helps a lot because that Wisp Tiny are going to be looking to kill you with the stun toss combo around this like level 4 mark. So having just that extra boost of HP can
There's
help
a phase on XP too. So
they've got a lot of killing power. You either get the early brace or you get like the early belt of giant strength, I think. Bracer a little bit better for the mana as well that you get from it. But whoops, I've knocked out sound. Technical problems galore today, Ben.
DK is so darn tanky though. I don't know if they can kill him with just those two. Tiny's not high enough level yet. He's only level 4. Dragon Knight pretty close to level 6. Yao is getting good levels though. I think that's a pretty important part. Yao not terribly close to his Blink Dagger either, just kind of getting zoned out. In July rotating mid though, he is only level 2. Can they actually get a kill?
Nearby, though. Are they going to see him in just a second? Supports are nearby, like they can cut off his retreat. They get the stun. Toss is available as well. They get the roof stomp as well. He completely missed the toss. He tried to toss it back. They turn this one around quite decently here. In July, now Nightmare up. They can toggle this one. It looks like Wisp will do so, but that also sets it up for the Wisp if they want to go on him, but not going to see the attempt. DDC nearby as well, but not making a play.
I think you just straight stun tossed the DK there.
He tried to. He missed the toss. He tried to do a toss back, which missed. Meanwhile, top lane, Yao is going to give up a second kill of the game. DT with the Puck AA, the chilling touch coming into play here.
I think it's time for him to go jungle.
Yeah, I'm surprised he hasn't already gone jungle. I guess it's a Puck, so he's thinking Puck can't really kill me too easily, but Puck now, level 6. There's no even stacks waiting from the
Look how aggressively Rabbit is playing.
Cooldown, that's why they're going for this one. And in July is dead. DDC getting low to the tower, but should be tanky enough to survive this one, and that he is.
Nicely played by LGD. And looks like they probably will get the tower off the back of this too, because Centaur is just too low level to really do anything about it. He did respawn really quickly, but still, he's only level 2.5, and
TP is just death. So a phase boot, Aquila, Gyro, and the Aquila is going to help him push a lot here. So.
Easy money.
I like the Gyro bit. The 6.81 patch buffing his homing missile a little bit, but not really changing the game too much. Yeah,
it's garbage.
It's such a bad spell to begin with.
It makes them like a little bit comparable to Luna, though, I'd say. In specific situations, Gyrocopter's better.
The homing missile's like somewhat like it's fun as like if you're playing like pubs and like you're a solo mid or something, but for as far as competitive,
it's useful like super late game, like pretty late game, I'd say too.
Yep.
Just because you don't want to BKB it, but you also don't want to get hit by it.
It gives you vision. You can kind of just it forces your opponent to turn around and attack it rather than just go for a full retreat.
But it looks like they're gearing up for a gank on mid.
XTD in some trouble. Whispers behind him. The Nightmare coming in. There's a Shackles cooldown as well. With Rabbit here, they make it. Both of these kills are going to at least get XTD. The chase is on. Can they get super as well? Doesn't look like
cooldown is just such short cooldown too compared to Eclipse. So Gyrocopter is just so much better at fighting early. They take 1 T1 on bottom, immediately shift to mid.
Yeah, they're using this Dragon Knight well. LGD this time around have a lineup that can
They're not messing around. They were like, screw this last lineup that we had. It was too passive, or they can play too passively because we can't force enough towers. This game is just...
I hope they look at that last game and just say, we're never playing that playstyle again. We've got to... If we want to win the TI4 qualifiers, we cannot play... We can't play like that for one thing, but we can't even play that kind of draft. We have to play a much more aggressive style of play.
They can play it. They just need to change their playstyle.
Yeah.
They can't play. Yep. They can't play that draft like that.
But I think they needed they didn't have a single hero that was really good at sieging towers. Like I think most drafts you need some way of sieging and bringing down towers. Like this game, they've got DK and Shadow Shaman.
Well, it was like the same versus Titan. It was just pretty much on the back of the Super Fun Rabbit.
Well, we'll see what the plan's going to be here. Rabbit back to farming up bottom lane. He's going to be rushing in an HOTD. He's got most of the components here, or just he's going to have enough money for it now.
I never got used to that acronym.
HOTD?
Yeah.
You call it HOD, do you?
I still call it HOD. Yeah. I guess HOD can be Hooded Defiance.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Well, why do you say the O but not the T?
I have no idea.
Because the O is also a small word.
That's how I learned it, HOD.
Wow, nice stun toss combo. DD. Self-Nightmare, and he's going to actually drop down. May go down. This is going to be close here. They're going to lose the Tiny. He does Bane die as well? Yes, he does. He shatters. Not sure. Why does he Nightmare himself there?
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Or doesn't get tossed or whatever.
He already... Do you not take shadow damage during the night? You get like that small invulnerable, I guess.
Yeah, but you also take damage from Nightmare. I think that might have killed him.
I think Nightmare does more damage than the shadow damage, doesn't it?
You invulnerable 1 second, so it's debatable.
I think the Nightmare killed himself though.
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sure, but I think the Nightmare actually killed DD. I think he was going to live if not for that, but it was a panic.
Really close.
He was pretty low panic. Ooh, mid lane. Where's the follow-up? There's an Ice Blast. That's the follow-up, but Tiny now going to TP himself back, and he wants the combo. The toss going to get himself a double kill here. Wants Dragonite as well. Batrider now on the run. No lasso available. Puck being traded for the Gyrocopter plus Shadow Shaman. The Gyrocopter the big kill there. And that's your LGD carry. They want DD as well. Doesn't look like they're going to engage into the Dragonite stun here at the mid lane.
They need level 6 on in July, and they also need the Blink Dagger on Batrider. Both of these teams lacking a significant initiation tool.
DDC now towards the top lane. Alright.
That was not the worst initiate by DT. Puck had a lot of he got a lot of coils, and I believe he ended up dying. But at the same time, he just bought his Blink Dagger, and he set up a huge AA ultimate by Dreaming You.
Unfortunately, the Tiny and the AA were just like a second behind him. If they were if you combine those all at the same time, the Puck probably lives.
They still get the Gyrocopter though, which is really big, and it looks like he has bought the HOD, the range creep already.
Yeah. He'll go for the BKB. This is like your standard old school Gyro build.
You have to get BKB versus Tiny.
Why's he got a range creep?
What? It's pretty standard, I'd say.
For ancient stacking?
Yeah.
Okay.
The melee creeps just take too much damage, and you're not guaranteed to get a range creep.
Do you not want to use... Oh, you mean like a range neutral?
Yeah, range neutral is...
Oh, okay. Yeah, if you get like a Dark Troll or something, but...
Yeah, Dark Troll's alright.
So melee neutral is no good? No bueno?
Melee neutral is terrible. They just die. If it's like dragons, they'll just kill it. Range creep, I think, have the longest range of all the creeps that you can HOD.
If you get like a Satyr, though, like those things have like a ton of HP.
Yeah,
and
but
regen.
it's still melee range, which makes it a little bit more difficult to throw too, because you have to like walk it in. It's a little bit more micro.
Fair enough.
I think range creep is.
They're pretty fast. Like this guy's 325 move speed, so he just outruns these neutrals.
And he has super long range.
I learn something new every day. I never get the range creep to ancient stack, but I'm gonna start doing that then. Super, he's gonna get stunned up here. They may lose the Wisp to start the fight here. Puck's got another good initiation. They kill the Bane to start things off here. DDC gonna be the second one to go down to the Shadow Tick in just a second. He wants to use maybe some last spells, but doesn't get a chance to do so. Tiny, the drums, saving his life there, actually getting him out of range of a DK stun. That early drums from the Tiny working wonders in that fight.
Yeah, and again, they get a kill, but they just take so much damage on the back of Coil A ultimate. So LGD gonna need BKBs to take a fight. This time it was not the Gyrocopter that took a spill, so that's really good for them.
And Gyro really, they need the BKB.
He can't die. Or, he can, but Batrider has a Blink Dagger now, so it looks like they're gearing up for a kill on Air. Air just spent all his gold, I think, on Power Treads. Is it Power Treads? Oh, no.
Blink? Oh, I mean, after that, he's got a... Did he just buy this bottle? No, this is his old bottle.
I don't know if he got a bottle.
Not sure. Oh, he gets the blink out.
Wow, that is fast.
No lasso, no grip. They're going for both. They'll get the tower anyways, but they really wanted that kill.
They did not use rewards for that at all.
Safety. Safety first, the LGD motto.
They just blinked out with puck. There's no way they can get an
Structures
initiative
are
on that.
fortified.
No, I agree.
Oh, it looks like the Ancients have been blocked too, but it's already after it's been stacked 3 times.
Yeah, it's still a decent stack here. And they'll find out with the next stack that it's probably being blocked and they can deward it promptly.
I don't know. After 3 stacks, though, sometimes you just think the creeps get in the way. So it's a little bit difficult as the carry player to determine whether or not it's blocked. I think usually it takes twice. You're like, first time, I'm like, maybe I could have done it. Second time, you're like, well, I definitely know I did.
It depends, like, if you know you got the perfect timing, you're like, wait, like, you maybe know that.
The creeps just, like, always just cock block each other, though. So it's,
Yeah, let's see how he does here. This is a pretty much perfect timing, so he's not going to have any luck.
He's really good about the timing.
That was, that was fine, the timing there. But the block is there. Meanwhile, bottom lane, there's team fight again. Tiny getting a perfect combo with the A Ice Blast. The Stampede as well. Stampede Tiny is just a beastly thing to deal with. And call down, going to cover the retreat of Lin here. Lin getting hit by a stun toss combo. And there you go. No, just the toss combo. No stun up. Avalanche now coming off cooldown. That should be the death of the Dragon. And if he can catch up to him, the Avalanche will land. One right click his knee. He won't get it though. The Wisp falls to the face. Finish him off though. Gyrocopter now. He's on the run as well.
Man,
DD gets caught out.
The Wisp Tiny, though, is just, like, trucking them so hard.
Like, I don't think LGD aren't doing anything too horribly wrong. They're just... Puck's getting great initiations, and Wiz Tiny also getting great follow-up.
They just need BKBs to turn this fight around. Rasta also cannot get jumped that early. He wasted his wards. If he doesn't waste his wards, they can actually stand and fight. But without the wards, it's just silly.
He's dying instantly. That's the main thing. Like, you look at the Bane and the Shadow Shaman, they don't get a single spell from these fights. They just melt.
Okay, let's see. He's trying to sack again. See, this one he actually...
Yeah, that one he messed up.
So...
He done gone fudge that one.
He wouldn't have tried again if he knew that it was blocked. Yeah. So it's like, they might not even know.
And maybe
it's smart that they actually waited a couple of times.
I don't know if did they wait or did that just happen to be the timing?
It happened to be the timing. But still, you can say that they're next level players.
I mean, triple stack's still a triple stack. This is still decent farm for Gyro.
He would have 5 now if it weren't for. Oh, he would have 4 now. For that. BKB coming out relatively soon. Does he actually have it right now? No.
No, he needs like 1K.
He's actually surprised he doesn't have it.
He's only died the one time much earlier at mid lane, but yeah, you normally see about a 15-minute BKB.
He has to come to the fights, and he's not getting kills in return.
Yeah. I think the big timing for LGD is Gyrocopter's BKB as well as his level 11. They want that level 2 cooldown coming into play as well.
I mean, Tiny's just so freaking beastly, though. He doesn't have that much farm, but with his Stampede and... This is before Centaur Blink. Now that Centaur has Blink, I'm really scared for LGD. And I think a lot of it has to do with Yao not being able to find initiate just because DT is always up in their face. It's not necessarily his fault because his team's getting caught out a lot. Oh, Rabbit. Rabbit's in a lot of trouble.
Relocate as well. Ice Blast, Blink. Hook Stomp going to be Rabbit's death here. Relocate coming in on the back lines. Where's your Stun Toss combo? They used the stun on the... They could have almost got more there with the Tiny.
They just needed a coil. If you coil the Bane, that's an instant kill.
Or DD could... I mean, the Tiny could have just gone for the Bane and the Shadow Shaman. He wasn't needed for the Gyro.
So they get a very high priority kill and the Gyrocopter, and that's before his BKB timing. So that will set him back a lot, and he lost all his...
I don't know if DK knows these heroes are coming his way. He's farming this.
He does have a haste. It's going to run off in like 5 seconds, though. Oh, buddy, they're wrapping around behind.
Yeah, and they make it.
He popped the drums. Oh, what?
Misses the stun. They get the tether slow, though. There's a T1 tower if they need some TPs in. Tiny's chasing Blink, stun in, coming up in a second. The Centaur going to catch up. The Tiny using the toss. The double hits the follow. This is a dead Dragon Knight. No TPs to the tower there. Not that I feel like Battery didn't have a TP, and I don't think they... I don't know. Even with a TP in, I don't think they do much good. It was too late.
DT's been playing well.
This game, they're playing well. Yeah, this game, they're actually making plays happen and, like, counter-ganking well. Game 1, it was like, we're screwed. Let's just sit in base and wait for
They also had a much better laning phase, too.
Yeah. They get a pick off at bottom lane. That's your AA.
Whatever. It's just an AA. They keep killing Dragon Knight and Gyrocopter. That's really, really big for LGD. So yeah, Goldgraph slightly in favor of LGD, but their important heroes don't have BKBs yet, and that's a very, very big deal in these upcoming team fights. Dragon Knight is 2/3 of the way completed. Gyrocopter just needs about 1,000 more gold. I hear Rasta Ward's coming out. Are they actually going to get this tower?
I don't think so. They use the glyph and everything. Batrider pushes forward a little bit, waits for the next creep wave, but if DT want to defend this, like, this is 2 heroes pushing. This is not a...
They also don't have Blink on Shadow Shaman, so if Shadow Shaman peeks out one more time,
there's a tiny relocate, so... Yao's hiding in the trees.
I'm actually surprised they didn't go on Ben.
No. Yeah, maybe they didn't see all these heroes on the map here. Tiny now going to work on this T1 top. Throws a toss up and...
Is Yao going to go for a kill?
Under the Serpent Wards? No. They kill off the Serpent Wards in...
Easy money.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty happy about that. Actually got decent farm all of a sudden, and Tiny not going to commit to this top tier one. Where'd that Tiny go? He actually TP'd out, so needs to stay with the Wisp, man. Stay with
He
Super.
almost has Scepter. He's getting fat. Phase Drum Scepter at 18 minutes.
He is behind Gyrocopter on farm. And Gyrocopter has a BKB.
But the problem is he doesn't need BKB, so he can do a lot more damage than Gyrocopter with less items. And he has Overcharge, and he has Stampede. So Gyrocopter, I mean, a lot of it has to do with the Ancient stack. It's still blocked. Did you do that marking on there?
What marking?
Someone did like it looked like this.
Radiant's bottom
No?
tower
Wasn't you?
is under
Or
attack.
was one of the other spectators.
I think you're seeing things, man.
No, I definitely saw that. What? No, I definitely saw it. And I don't think it was a ghost.
You don't see
You don't see other
Radiant's
spectators?
you don't see the other
tower
channels.
is
Like
under attack.
we don't see the Russian cast
I
destroying.
certainly saw it.
At the Ancients?
Yeah.
Radiant's
Where
bottom
you're
tower
drawing now?
has fallen.
Was it actual
Radiant's
drawing lines or was
middle
it something
It
else?
was
has
actually
been
white lines,
denied.
just like this. Well, not that squiggly. It was like this.
It was like an observer what expiring or something?
No,
You're freaking seeing things,
I
man.
definitely saw it. If I had a camera on my thing, I was very confident in that. I'm not that sleepy.
Game 1 didn't completely wipe you out. Okay. Sure.
So
I'll
they can
take your
do
word
they can
for
do
it.
Roshan very easily too. Tiny's very beastly at taking it out. They only have level 1 Craggy, but with Wisp Heal and with the threat of just BT's mass gank lineup, double blink initiate is just way too much.
Yep.
And this is what position LGD should have been in last game. They have the blink initiators. They have the better team fight combination. I wouldn't say they have the better. Oh, they have a very good team fight composition, but they just weren't able to make this happen with Tiny.
That's Centaur just keeping his own ass alive.
Space created.
Why not? It's not a Stampede's not a huge cooldown. It's 80 seconds. He TP's home. They'll just wait till it's back up before they do anything too crazy. And yeah, the Assault Crest being up on the Tiny. I mean the Ag Scepter. Getting ahead of myself thinking Assault Crest, but Tiny's pretty good to go. He's
So
good to
Rabbit
fight.
has a BKB. Can they actually turn things around? I think they can once they get dual BKBs. It actually looks like DK has this too. So now they might actually have an edge in team fights.
Yao hasn't got Force Stuff. I feel like no Force Stuff on Batrider is actually gonna hurt them a lot though. Like Batrider desperately needs his Force.
I don't know. Like who does he lasso? If he lassos like Puck, let's say, who is a very good lasso target, they just stampede and just come chasing after him.
Yeah.
So even with
Radiant's top
Stampede.
tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower has fallen.
The LGD support's
Dire's
gonna
middle
just help
tower
look
is
to bring
under
down this tier 2 tower. I think that Tiny Wisp just gonna go for the trade. They're gonna go for this tier 2 top.
Radiant's top
Tiny
tower
tosses, has the overcharge from the Wisp, max overcharge as well online now. So tier 2 gonna go down top, and tier 2 gonna go down mid as
Is
well.
it gonna go down? They have Glyph.
Radiant's
Toss
top
and
tower is under
Glyph is being used, and I think when the Glyph gets used, Tiny's like, okay, that means they're defending, let's get the hell out of here. So it gets down to 9 range.
They need to do Roshan right now.
Dire's
I think
middle
they
tower
should just
is
TP
under
back to the
attack.
T2 and just immediately go to there.
There's a TP to the bottom tier 2,
Radiant's
but
top
it looks like it's
tower
just a
has
farm
been
bottom.
denied.
It's a very opportune time to do it just because all of them TP down to the left side. They're not just going to TP with 1 or 2 because then just Tiny will kill them.
Yeah.
So
They know there's
they also need to
multiple areas.
de-ward it. If they had de-warded earlier, maybe it would have been good for
Haven't-
them.
They haven't got the best Roshan lineups. Like, Wiz Tiny is not bad, but like, the other heroes don't offer them too much
Wow,
damage.
Dreamy, you actually
Scepter almost.
went for level 4 Cold Feet. My friend actually said that you were trolling me. Nice. With the drawing.
Your friend is a spoil sport.
He's a true friend. I was like, I know what I saw. Don't try and tell me there were ghosts. You guys are nonsense.
Brian was in on it. He knew what was going on.
I was just like, I don't know about this. Anyways, so thanks, Mons. Well, Roshan gonna be up soon, but they still have this wood up here. Actually,
Yeah.
if they take the path, oh no, they know.
I don't think they go Roshan just because they can't kill it
No.
fast. They've got no minus armor. They've got no way to tank it. They've got no summons.
They should have done it, I think, when they all TP to the left side. It's just like, okay, let's immediately rush. Maybe since the T2 was down in mid, but
They would have to
TP
go
the right side.
instantly there with 5 heroes because their lineup just is not a good Roshan.
Well, they also use roster wards too.
Yeah.
That's a significant part of their team
Yep.
fight.
Ice Blast
Dire's
bottom lane. No
bottom
fob.
tower
It's
is under attack.
Centaur. Solo pushing top. You need a TP
Radiant's
back,
top
LGD. Even
tower
if it's
is
just
under
a Centaur.
attack.
This is some serious
Dire's
damage here.
top
Glyph.
Puck needs to be up there to
Wiz
try and
Tiny
catch
coming.
them
This
down.
is serious. There's no Glyph. They're going to lose a tier 3 tower at this rate.
Radiant's top tower
Yeah.
is
DK's
under
showing up as
attack.
well. He's got a stun. Wiz should just look to relocate Tiny out. Centaur blinks out. Whiz Tiny will...
Okay, now they should do Roshan.
That was really bad by LGD.
That's a lot of damage. That is, oh my god, goodness, almost in denial.
LGD got the tier 2 bottom, but that tier 2 bottom was like 200 HP anyways. It was going down soon. Like, sure, you don't deny it. You'd like to deny it, but like you say, go Roshan, and that they do.
They actually have Rasa working this time, so I think it's a little bit riskier, but at the same time, LGD did TP to an even further position.
How does DK... DK can't get there unless he walks. Like, they know DK has no TP. He has to walk all the way from top lane, and they've got a nice observer ward in this top lane. They see everything going on. Safe Roshan. DT are playing fantastic in this game. I mean, you look at game 1, they had a terrible laning stage, and they played fantastic from behind with their high ground defense.
Yeah.
Like,
their lineup seems like a little better put together. Like Centaur and Pod, great initiates, AA, very good follow-up, tons of damage, and Wisp Tiny there for the late game, for the split push pressure, and just to make Tiny Superman.
Is this a preview of what's to come in the TI4 qualifiers? Like LGD just not being... Everyone, we all thought LG would be the favorites, but after seeing today...
They're a little too one-dimensional, I'd say.
Yeah.
They don't rotate around enough with their supports in either game.
Yeah. And earlier today, before this game, when you were streaming, myself and Brian, we casted the grand finals for this WVW tournament, and HGT beat Vici Gaming. So it almost looks like HGT and Dreamtime
HGT looked terrible yesterday, though.
They did, but they beat Vici Gaming. Vici Gaming were like 19-1 coming into that series. I saw someone tweet like Vici Gaming were like some unstoppable win streak. Rabbit dead. Relocate in with a Centaur Blink initiation.
See, they're so spot on with the Blink initiation, which is like compare this to LGD last game where they had blinks on like 3 heroes and they still couldn't get a clean fight. So
the problem with Gyrocopter is his BKB doesn't protect him, because if he gets hit by a Blink Hoofstomp and the relocating is there, he's dead.
Theoretically, that's what it should have happened last game too. BKB shouldn't be able to protect the bottom, but if you initiate it properly, you can't do it. And it was nighttime, to be fair, so that makes things a little bit more difficult for Rabbit.
The magic Tiny rune. This is what every Tiny waits for, and this is going to be a dead Nravaka. Lin, he pops a BKB, does get the stun on Tiny, actually. That could save his life. Tiny's still chasing.
Superman.
God, that damage output.
Wake him up!
Yeah, there we go. Wisp has it.
Oh my goodness,
One more
Tiny. Oh man. This is always a nice strat to have in your arsenal, though. Tiny Wisp has just been proven since, what, TI2? TI2.
E-Home.
Yeah. It's just been a staple. I would say Tiny's actually gotten buffed a little bit. As Craggy, I think, actually got buffed.
Yeah,
the last
he got some more extra armor, I believe it was.
Wisp got nerfed, but not that much. Just a little bit of move speed, 3%, 20 to 17%, and then obviously the tether, no stun is a pretty big.
That was a big one.
If you're a good Wisp player,
it hasn't changed the Wisp. Like the Tiny is still doing as much. Like the Wisp Tiny combo was never about the tether stun. That was the thing. The tether stun was more for like the CK.
Yeah, I agree.
Losing the tether stun completely destroyed the Wisp CK, as well as some other Wisp, like Wisp Balloon and stuff, just getting less strong. But with Wisp Tiny has burst damage and it's stun of his own, so you don't really need the tether stun.
He does need the attack speed for sure.
Yeah. No. So I think Wisp Tiny, like the nerfs to Wisp were very small Wisp Tiny nerfs. There was big Wisp any other hero nerf. So this is looking really ugly for LGD all of a sudden. 15 kills to 7, and the gold graph for the first time, well, not the first time, the second time, is going to dip down in DT's favor. 2,000, and experience even more so in their favor.
They're just making better use of the gold too, right? Because how many kills have they gotten with the blink? A fair amount, I'd say.
Radiant's bottom tower
the center or the center
either
I guess,
of them.
yeah.
And they've just been able to set up a lot more kills. Whereas how many times have LGD been actually able to win a team fight or not die because of a BKB? I don't think they just haven't been very useful at all. But they have to get BKBs. And
DT is smart about it. They go for like solo kills with a Blink Centaur because they know Tiny Wisp can just show up at a moment's notice. I
also like DT's lineup because they're not ulti dependent. So if LGD uses wards or something, or they just take a small engagement, they're ready to fight again. They're ready to push towers. They're ready to do Roshan. They're ready to just continue pressing their advantage. And LGD, they're like, crap. Well, we use our BKBs. We use grip. We use lasso. We can't really fight. We're not that strong. And really, the only big thing that they have is Puck, Coil, and Stampede. And those aren't that big because it's just all about the Blink Stomp, all about the Tiny. The big, fat Tiny.
LGD's lineup was working fine in the early game until they lost a couple fights in a row to the Tiny. But this was like before he even had Ags. Like Tiny plus AA, like Tiny comboed a few, like kept getting double kills in these fights, like out of nowhere.
I think the big culprit is Yao on the offlane Bat
Radiant's
Rider.
bottom
He has just not been
tower
able to
is under
find
attack.
initiates, and they should be able to get initiates on a lot of heroes, but that's because Tiny and Wish just relocate in. The threat of it is enough to dissuade him from pulling anyone back. He does finally has a 4-staff though, but it's really
Radiant's
late. 27 minutes,
bottom tower is
blink
under
4-staff
attack.
Tranquil on a Bat Rider. Usually you'll see that up in like 16 minutes, I'd
Radiant
say.
structures
Man,
are
stuff's changing in
fortified.
China. It's these new, like Dark Horse teams coming out. Like Yao used to be one of the top offlaners in China, but right now with the way he's playing, this doesn't feel like the case. Double BKB immediately used in response to Injuly's blink in. They do get the counter initiation. Injuly in a lot of trouble here. DDC going to blink in as well. Fiend Script even being used for the kill. That means no Fiend Script for the Tiny. This Tiny could just go on a tear here. Where is the Tiny? It looks like he's going to come in now. As there we go. Tiny
he
just
is
destroying
smacking
everyone
in
in the middle of the thing here. DD going to be next to fall.
Oh
Toss in
my
2 seconds. Doesn't even
goodness.
need the toss. Right click, right click. Bat Rider's next. The toss in from the puck. Not going to find him as he does get the blink dodge off, but Tier 3 tower now exposed and
Tiny's just a tower sieging machine
Two
too.
beasts.
You don't need anyone else to siege towers besides Tiny, which is the nice part about running a fairly
no
Tiny as
glyph.
opposed to-
GG.
That was
DT in the winner bracket final of the Summit Asia. What just happened?
DC's playing well.
Yeah, they beat IG, they beat LGD. These guys are going to be meeting Vici Gaming or Newbie in the winner bracket final. Like,
Many
this
rares
is-
were lost again.
Oh man, what were the odds? Like 80%, 70?
75-25, I think.
Oh man, that's
74-26.
people should have learned their lesson against IG. And IG's a tougher opponent than
Well,
LGD.
to be fair, people probably thought that IG were playing poorly, which they were. And now I think
Yeah.
LGD played super poorly the first game. They should have won that one.
Game 2, DT really showed up and played some good Dota though.
I
that
like
was-
their variety of strategies though, right? They can run Ember and play passively with the Ember, which is a little unusual. And they can also run EO Wisp and just play hyper aggressively too. So
And we
It's
saw
kinda cool.
yesterday when they beat, or not yesterday, when they did beat IG, it was like with a Brewmaster one game.
yes.
They pull out the Razor quite a lot. They really have a big variety of heroes, which you don't commonly see.
Yeah, so it's hard to draft against them, and you don't actually know how they're going to play. Whereas I view LGD, they try to 5-man a little bit. They have the DK, they have the Rasta Wars, blah, 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 push up mid, and that's kind of their playstyle. Even when they don't have, when they need to split push and split gank, they don't actually execute it that well. They just like rely on 5-man way too often. So I like DT's versatility as an Asian team. I think they have a lot more to offer as of right now than LGD. LGD, they just need to vary it up. It's 6.81. New patch just hit yesterday, and they're still running. This strat is very 6.80-esque.
No,
Well,
agree.
I guess
the
to
gyro
be
was
fair,
a bit different, but
DT's is too.
I mean, with Tiny is like any patch, it works. It's goes like you say, it goes back to TI2.
But still, experiment. I don't think you're going to go far into
No.
TI qualifiers or TI4 at all if they don't have
Yeah.
new stuff.
I think DT and HGT are maybe the teams to look out for there, especially DT. Like these guys.
I don't know. HGT just looked yesterday.
You missed them
Ugh.
beating Vici Gaming. They played well.
What the
they
heck's
were,
with
they
these
were a
teams?
new
They're
team.
so inconsistent. I actually view Asian teams as very consistent, but
Yeah, I think that's true. I mean, I think any scene like this, like you look at any scene that does, like apart from like your top tier 1 teams, they're inconsistent.
They
Like, apart
used
from
to
your
be
DKs,
relatively consistent,
alliances, like EGs, teams are inconsistent.
it's
I
true.
don't know. LGD once they lost Yao 8 became inconsistent.
Ugh. LGD now. I don't know if I have them going into qualifiers if I had to put a ranking on that.
We were talking about who we thought like would come out top 1, top 2, and like it was like LGD. Yeah, they should be the favorites. Probably get first. Maybe it'll be like a LGD versus DT or HGT best of 5, which could go either way. But
I'm liking DT a lot though.
I don't think after seeing this series, I don't think LGD is going to win the Chinese qualifier.
Are they going to qualify? Are they going to be second?
I think it's still like I think the top 3 for China is I think pretty easy to predict with LGD, DT, and HGT. After those 3 teams, it's a kind of a drop off to like CIS, Tongfu, a few other like weaker Chinese teams. Any are they done all right, but yeah, that's it. We've got our bracket here. You guys can see DT Club winner bracket final going up against the winner of Vici Gaming and Newbie. That's a bit of a shock. Like I'm still.
Well, DT beating IG, I think, was the biggest shock.
Yeah.
Well, them beating LGD is not terribly.
Yeah.
Surprising.
All right. Well, we've got another best of 3 coming up next. It's going to be IG versus Titan. That's a loser bracket match. Not for some time. That's in about 50 minutes time. So I'll be casting with I think Winter for that one. Ben will be saying goodnight. So.
You know, if DT beats Vici/Newbie, that would be.
That would be a shock. Dude, imagine if DT qualify for LA. Like
That'd be cool.
that'd be such a cool storyline. We get DT coming to LA and like people are like, man, who are these guys? They shouldn't be there. We need a big game team. It's like, no, these guys qualified. They
They're
deserve to
living
be
the
here.
dream, man.
LA, man, that's where all the rock stars go. So, but yeah. K-pop toasters, that's why we're here. Anyways, guys, on that note, let's take a quick break. When we come back, well, a not so quick break. When we come back in 50 minutes time, we've got IG versus Titan. That's the big match for tonight. It's in the loser bracket, so losers going home, winner stays alive. 50 minutes time. We're Beyond the Summit. I'm Gods. He's Molini. Stay tuned for more action in 50 minutes.